Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to be back with you again. Welcome back to 1908. Man, the Reds 3-14 against the 11-6 Pirates. We'll take a quick look at the standings here. Reds have a one-game winning streak, which matches their high for the year. Pirates have lost one, 11-6. Pittsburgh, they are 2.5 games out of first, and they need to really look alive, get some wins here to stay in contention in the National League. And we're going to go ahead and get this baby started off. Now, you can see it's very much a night game here for me, but as you should know, there were no night games in 1908. So this is a little bit into the Twilight Zone. Mike Mitchell up there for the Reds rolls a 64 for a 13, and Vic Willis strikes him out to lead this off. One away, here's Rudy Holsworth. Holsworth rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right field. The Reds have a runner on base already, and that'll bring up John Kane. How does Holsworth look? Well, he doesn't quite have the 11 first column that we need to see. So we roll this dice. It's going to look a lot brighter for you because of the backlight, I think, or maybe because of this light over here than it is for me. So I'm going to look up to this monitor every once in a while. It rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball over to left field. Clark has it for the out, 2 away. You know, the other day, this is actually a couple weeks ago, I was playing Skeetersoft off camera, and I was using this dice roller, and my wife came down. It was probably around 9:30 at night and looks at me and is like, "What is that sound?" Yeah, she's not quite used to the sound of the rolling of the dice and the thrusts down onto the field. John Gansel rolls a 42 for a 30, fly ball over to center field. It's Becker who has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the first. Honus Wagner comes up there. She doesn't know the joys of Honus Wagner, and that's a little bit of cultural appreciation that takes a little while to really understand. Wagner up there rolls a 41 for a 28. That's a ground ball over to Holsworth. The shortstop makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Fred Clark up there now, and he rolls a 61 for a 27. That's a ground ball to third base. This time Lowert has it, throws to first for the out, 2 away. Tommy Leach rolls a 26 for a 32. That'll be a fly ball over to right field. Mitchell has that for the out. We go to the top of the second, and it's Hans Lowert. Hans rolls a 55 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop. Wagner makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 gone. Admiral Schley now. He rolls a 51 for a 9. That's going to be a single over short. So that's the second hit here for the Reds, and that'll bring up Paskard. We're going to bunt with him. We're going to bunt with him. Paskard hitting only 207. We're going to bunt with him, and it's a 22. Would have been an 8, so this is just as good. Bunt back to Willis, who throws over to the second baseman. Abaticio, I've said his name a lot, covering the bag at first, and there's 2 gone, and Miller Huggins comes up there. Miller Huggins, you know, managed the Yankees for a while. He rolls a 44 for an 8. There's a comebacker again to the pitcher, and Willis makes a play, throws over to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the second, and there is Abaticio, man of the beautiful name, rolls a 42 for a 22. That's going to be changed to a 17. That'll be a fly ball over to right field. Mitchell has that for the out, 1 gone, and it's Chief Wilson up there. Wilson rolls a 44 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop Holsworth, who makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away. Harry Swasina rolls a 51 for a 9. That's a base hit off of Ewing, but that will be followed up by that little C, and Swasina is caught stealing. We go to the top of the third inning, and it is Bob Ewing up there. Bob rolls a 51 for a 23, changed to 39. You know, it's a national pastime / APBA when the pitcher's got a 23. Next rolls a 26 for a 13. That's a strikeout for Willis, second of the game, 1 away. Mike Mitchell up there. Mitchell rolls a 63 for a 30. Fly ball over to left field. Clark has it for the out, 2 gone. Rudy Holsworth is up there. He will roll a 34 for a 44. Fly ball over to center field. It's going to be Becker who has that for the out. And we go to the bottom of the third. And George Gibson comes up there. Gibson rolls an 11 for a 0. And here comes that second roll, and we'll make sure that you can see it. It's a 45 for a 6, and that'll be a double to right center field. Pretty good for that catcher. Beals Becker comes up now, and he's hitting 158 with a 197 on base percentage. He's going to bunt. You got to bunt, man. You got to get some base hits. And his roll is a 52 for 27, and that's a pop-up over to Ewing. Ewing makes the catch, flips around, throws over to Holsworth for the double play, 2 away, and here's Willis. Man, bad luck. Vic Willis rolls a 15 for a 9. There's a base hit. The pitcher can get the hit, but not Becker. All right, I see what this is all about. Here's Honus Wagner. Knows Willis fast? That's the next question. No, he's not quite fast enough. We're not going to do any hit and run action. But we know about what Wagner can do, but he rolls a 31 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to Lowert. Third base, makes the play, throws to first for the out, top of the fourth. John Kane up there, 0-0 ball game. And Kane rolls a 46 for a 29. That's a comebacker over to Willis, who makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 gone. John Gansel is now the batter, and he rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball over to right field. Wilson has it for the out, 2 away. Hans Lowert now the batter. Lober rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball over to right field. Wilson has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's Fred Clark for the Pirates. Fred Clark rolls a 42 for a 14. He will take his base. That brings up Tommy Leach, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Clark. Some of these guys, I shouldn't even have to look this up. Hit and run time, and Leach rolls a 31 for a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop. Holswood makes the play and throws to first for the out. The problem that you have with the hit and run is that this, which normally would be a hit against the B, turns into an out. So that's sort of the risk that you run. Now, there's probably somebody who could go and actually do the math. I'm not going to do the math. I'm going to play the game. Abba comes up. Rolls a 54 for a 45. Fly ball over to right field, and Mitchell makes the catch, but Clark able to move over to third base, and that'll bring up Owen Wilson. Wilson, famous for all of those triples. What was it, 36 in 1912? And he rolls a 64 for a 29. This ain't 1912, boy. And that's a comebacker over to Ewing, and he makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fifth. And it's Admiral Schley up there. Admiral Schley rolls a 22 for a 7, and that's a base hit. Hit number 3 for the Reds. I'll bring up Dode Paskert. I doubt that. No, he's not going to be that fast. Paskert comes up there. 0 for 0 today. He bunted last time he was in this situation. We got to bunt him again. And the roll is a 51 for a 9. See, that would have been a base hit. Instead, that ends up being a bunt over to the left side. Leach makes a play, throws over to Abba covering at the bag. One away, and it's Miller Huggins who's up there. And his roll is a 66 for a 0. Here we go, baby. Next roll is a 13 for a 6. That's going to be a double to left center field. That will score the runner. 1-0 now, Reds. Man, Reds are going to be on a winning streak here. Here's Bob Ewing, the pitcher, and he's going to bunt. Ewing 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He rolls a 16 for a 26. It's a good bunt over to Willis, and he makes the play. Has to throw over to Swasina at first for the out. Huggins moves up to second base, and it's Mike Mitchell up there. And Mitchell rolls a 21 for a 30. It's a fly ball over to left field. Clark has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Harry Swasina now rolls a 12 for 24, and here comes that little E-roll. We haven't had a lot of this in this game. It's a 21 within the range. That's going to be changed to 19. That'll be an error on Lobert, third baseman, and that puts Swasina on at first error of the ball game. George Gibson now comes up there, and George rolls a 52 for a 27 right off the bat. A ground ball over to Lobert. Lobert goes over to Huggins for 1, and on to Gansel at first for the double play, 2 away, 1 pitch, 2 outs. And here's Beals Becker. And Becker rolls a 26 for a 30. It's a fly ball over left field. Pasker's there for the out. We go to the top of the 6th. A little bit of an aside here. I just thought of this. One of the reasons why I want to show you the dice that I roll is so you know this isn't some sort of like software trickery or me doing something weird or whatever, right? This is all legit. This is happening here with my hand, right? These are legit dice, metal dice. There's nothing weird going on. I'm using the same dice for both teams. Just the roll of the dice sometimes. Rudy Holswit rolls a 53 for an 18. That's changed to 22. That's going to be a ground ball over to Swasina. First baseman has it. Flips over to Willis, covering the bag for the out. 1 away, and it's John Kane time. John rolls a 52 for a 27. Ground ball over to Leach at third. He makes a play and throws to first for the out. 2 away, and it's John Gansel. Gansel rolls a 51 for an 8. That's a fly ball over to center field, and that's going to be Becker making that catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Vic Willis comes up there. Quiet game. Willis rolls a 16 for a 28. That's a ground ball over to Holswit, the shortstop, makes the play and throws to first for the out. 1 away. Here's Honus Wagner, 0 for 2 so far today, hitting .317, but with a lot of slugging power. He rolls a 16 for a 26 ground ball over to the second baseman, Huggins, and Miller throws to first for the out. 2 away, and it's Fred Clark. And Clark rolls a 13 for a 14. He'll take his base. That'll bring up Tommy Leach. 2 walks today from Ewing, 12 so far this season. Leach now rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball over there to center field, and it's going to be Kane who has that for the out. We go to the top of the 7th, and here is Hans Lobert. Lobert rolls a 34 for a 44, and here's the little E-roll. It's a 45 out of the range. Fly ball over to center field, and Becker's got that for the out. 1 away. Admiral Schley now rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball over to the second baseman, Abba makes the play and throws to first for the out. 2 away. Dode Paskert rolls a 62 for a 12, and that's going to be a ground ball over to Swasina. The first baseman grabs that one, runs to the bag for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and it's Ed Abba. Abba rolls a 44 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop, Holswit, makes the play and throws to first for the out. 1 away, and it's Chief Wilson. Owen Wilson rolls a 55 for an 8. Same results. Ground ball over to Holswit, who makes the play and throws to first for the out. 2 gone. And it's Swasina. Swasina rolls a 53 for a 20, changed to 22, and that's going to be an error on Bob Ewing, the pitcher's second error on the Reds in this game. That'll bring up George Gibson, runner on at first base. Gibson rolls a 53 again for an 18. This will be an error this time on Holsworth, the shortstop, and Swasina makes it over to third base. 2 gone still at the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 game, and Beals Becker is up there, and he rolls a 42 for a 30. That'll be a fly ball over to left field, and Paskert has that for the out. We go to the top of the 8th. Not much hitting in this, but quite a bit of slipping and sliding around out there. Miller Huggins is up, and he rolls a 12 for a 24, and there's a ground ball over to the shortstop, and Honus Wagner makes the play, throws the first for the out, 1 away. Bob Ewing is going to stay in this ball game. He rolls a 24 for a 13, strikes out, 2 away as Willis collects his 3rd strikeout. Here is Mike Mitchell. He rolls a 52 for a 27, and that is a ground ball over to the third baseman, and it's Leach who makes the play and throws to first for the out. Just wanted to mention here, before it gets too lost, we just said Willis has 3 strikeouts. He doesn't have a strikeout rating. The pitcher here, Bob Ewing, has struck out 0. He does have the walk rating. Willis has not given up a walk. Ewing's already given up 2 walks. So it tells you that the little X's, Y's, Z's, double Z's, triple Z's, and all that stuff, might not always be all it's cracked up to be. So keep that in mind when you play this game, at least, is it's balanced well. Willis up there rolls a 66, baby, for a 0. Ooh. And his next roll is 65 for an 8. So he goes double column fishing, and he only gets a single out of it. That'll bring up Honus Wagner in here. 0 for 3 so far, Honus. And he rolls a 42 for a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball over to Lobert. The third baseman makes the play at first, but Willis, who's fast, moves up to second. 1 away, and it's Fred Clark. Clark with a chance to tie it, rolls a 56 for a 34, but there is a little E. Hold everything. Rolls a 45. It's out of the range. That's a little high pop-up over to the second baseman, Huggins. 2 away, and what would have happened if we'd been hitting and running? Willis would be picked off, and it would have been a double play in the inning. 2 away now. Tommy Leach up there rolls a 56 for a 30. That's a fly ball to left field. Paskert has it for the out. We go to the top of the 9th inning. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I love playing Diamond Mine, but, my heart is really with Skeetersoft with this game. It's so much fun, so interesting, so cool to see how the mechanics work and see that, everything comes out right in the end. Rudy Holsworth rolls a 46 for a 29. Comebacker over to Willis, who makes the play and throws the first for the out. 1 away is John Kane. Kane rolls a 22 for an 8. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Wagner makes the play and throws the first for the out. 2 away. I know that these games don't get great ratings and YouTube views and stuff, but I enjoy it. That's what counts. John Gansel's up there. Rolls a 65 for a 35, and here's that little E roll. It's going to be a 33 out of the range. That's going to be a pop-up over the first baseman, Swasina. Hold on to your hats and fasten your safety belts because it's a 1-0 ball game going to the bottom of the 9th, and here's Ed Abaticio. Ed rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out. First strikeout from Bob Ewing, and man, that's a good time to get your first strikeout. 1 gone. Here's Owen Wilson, who is 0 for 3. Wilson rolls a 54 for a 45, and there's a little E randomizer. It's a 33 of the rolls. You can clearly see. I'm telling you, it's so much more clear for you on the screen than it is for me right here. So how about that? That's going to be a fly ball over to right field. Mitchell's got it for the out. 2 away, and it's Harry Swasina time now. 1-0 ball game as close as it gets, and Swasina rolls a 45 for a 14. That is walk number 3 given up by the man with a Z. That'll bring up George Gibson with a runner on at first. Swasina not very fast, and his roll is a 55 for an 8, and so that is going to be a single to left center field, and that slow man tries to go over to third base, and he gets thrown out. It is Kane who makes the play, throws over to Lobert for the put out at third, and that is one heck of a way to finish this ball game. The Pirates end up losing this one, 1-0 the final score, and the Reds will improve to 4-14. Pirates go down to 11-7, and have the Cubs already played today? Yes, they did, and they played St. Louis. I'm trying to remember what happened in that ball game. Apologies, as I remember that was a close one. This is what happens when you don't play all the games the same day, right? That's right. The Cardinals won that one 1-0. That was a crazy game that went to the 9th inning. So the final result of this one is the Pirates losing a 1-0 ball game. Fortunately for them, the Cubs lost as well, so they're not going to necessarily lose a lot in the standings. They'll be, 3 games out? But they're getting to that point where we might have to put them a little bit to bed, and maybe might be a while before we do any more Pirates games. We'll see what happens after this day is finished. Hope you enjoyed that one. This was a great game. This was a lot of fun. It baffles me that people are not more interested in watching NP3. This is a really, really good game. If you haven't played it before, you don't know what you're missing, man. You got to get into it. This is an excellent, excellent, excellent game. Talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.